On this episode of the Majime Chronicles, I meet Chef Sheldon, all the way in Maui. We talk about food, but more importantly, the most meaningful chapter in his life, his daughter's graduation. But I'm not here just for that. I'm here to make him a knife that I hope is good enough for him to use on the daily. Will this knife meet his expectations and make the cut? Let's find out. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm a chef, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a guy that was born and raised here in Hawaii. I mean, you cut me open, I bleed 808. That's my state, and I love Hawaii. All my life I was surrounded by cooking. I mean, Dad's in the kitchen right now,
right.
prepping up and cooking. My house, luckily, was the gathering spot. So at any moment of time, any type of celebration, so birthday party, holidays, Thanksgiving, the New Year's, it was all celebrated at my house. I come from a family where my dad had 9 siblings, my mom had 11 siblings.
Wow,
and then
that's a big family.
Surrounded by that constantly, right? So, and again, our house was the mecca for celebrating all of that.
And everyone gathering together.
We're always gathering and we're always cooking. My brother, who's also a chef, 3 years older than me, went to culinary school, and I kind of seen how he breezed by culinary school since we were practically born with a knife in our hand. And I kind of got senioritis, and if I didn't go to culinary school, I wouldn't have met my wife.
Oh, because she was in culinary school too?
She was not.
Oh.
But I did an internship at Walt Disney World, although in Florida.
Dang,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah, get out there.
Yeah, I went there too. What is your most favorite experience working or opening a restaurant, and least favorite experience?
Most favorite is opening a restaurant from scratch and you get to touch shiny things.
Yeah, brand new things. Got that new Vitamix.
Everything's nice, and man, the hardest part is pulling the stickers off of the pans.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then the worst part is taking over a restaurant.
Oh, shoot.
Where it's opposite from that, where it's
Yeah.
like many years of grease and grime and roaches and all that.
The
but
deep cleaning.
the deep cleaning of
Yeah.
getting it started.
How do you preserve your heritage or ancestry in cooking? How important is that?
There's like nuances to our food that is, on the surface it might not know, but it comes with layers of history of why it is what it is.
Top Chef, like, how was that experience? Did you like it, or there were defining moments for you, but how was it?
I tried to be myself. There's no trying to be Hollywood.
Yeah.
I would be even more of a goofball, I think, in front of the camera. So I just being myself, and I think being myself reflects Hawaii, because that's all I am. I just love meeting people. There's too much hate in this world to be dealing with all of that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
So in this moment in time, it's a very special chapter of your life. Can you share some light on that?
Oh wow. This is probably the pinnacle of my cooking career, right? A moment that I've been waiting my whole life for, and it's we're celebrating my daughter's high school graduation, and we're doing a paina, a party.
A pahina.
Yeah, a huge party for her.
Yeah.
A few celebrations that we go crazy. So, first birthday of a child,
Okay.
wild, big old party.
Yeah.
And then high school graduations. It's even bigger than a wedding. Weddings,
Why?
I don't
Because,
know.
like I said, mainlanders don't know. A lot of people don't know this culture of celebrating. But why is that so important?
I think it's because it's a sense of community. It's a sense of like, man, it takes a village to raise a child, and it's that moment where everyone can celebrate raising that child. And we're gonna be doing that this weekend.
Dang,
And
that's
I'm
so
glad
sweet.
that you're gonna be experiencing it.
Yeah. Cool. And your dad's here helping prep right now.
Yeah, Dad's here.
Yeah.
That's Papa. Papa's gonna be here. I wouldn't want it any other way, man.
For sure.
He's taught me everything.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for my parents, man.
If you would have your daughter carry something, a principle that you taught her, what would it be?
The act of generosity, like local style. Like if you can give.
Yeah.
And give it wholeheartedly, and it'll come back tenfolds to you. It's like this. It's like I'm gonna try. In this conversation, I'm giving you as much as I can right now. it's vice versa, and that respect comes both ways.
For sure. And I'm giving back a knife.
Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna slice this thing up, bro.
Use it for your prep.
Use it for the prep.
Hopefully I don't disappoint you, man. I tell you, every single time I get so nervous.
I think you've got a good track record, bro.
Yeah, I do. But there's maybe. I don't know, but you never know, man. It's because we care so much about what we do that we want people to be happy.
Totally.
That's really it.
For sure.
What is your favorite either style of knife or type of knife?
Like a well-rounded Gyoto, man. And just like a chef knife that feels great in your hand, that can do all of the jobs, right? Just like slinging from when you're prepping from start to finish, whatever the task is in front of you, it's like
it does what it needs to do.
It does what it needs to do.
I usually make the handle first and then I make the knife, but I'm actually switching it around. I wanted to see how the steel would look first to see how I can complement it with the handle. Because there's so much movement in that steel, I'm gonna keep the handle simple. I think it's gonna look good. We'll see. There are many choices of materials I could have picked for Chef Sheldon, but I leaned towards this specific wood because it's simple and beautiful. Chef Sheldon doesn't really give off the flashy type. Oh, shoot. Okay, I made a mistake. I wasn't supposed to drill a hole in here because it's not gonna hold into the lathe. So, shoot. Okay, so I think this is gonna work. I'm gonna put a dowel here into the slot, fill it in, and once there's pressure with the claws on the, I can't make this. Among the many mistakes that I've made, this one was pretty frustrating, solely because I only had this one specific piece of wood. And as you can see here, the vise wasn't holding the piece well. But after a little crank in the vise, it all finally set. To give just a slight flare, I'm going to add a copper spacer. This makes the handle stand out a little more, and it shows contrast between the back end of the handle and the top black bolster. Little things make a difference. Okay, now we're gonna piece everything together before we glue it to make sure it's all set. It's not glued or anything, but this is looking, it's just classy. It's super classy. The final process is setting epoxy to bind all the pieces together. The split dowel, as you see, is a hidden piece to align the tang straight with the handle when I insert the blade. I use 2 clamps to balance the pressure so it sets evenly and let it rest and cure for a day. Voila! Chef Sheldon expressed that he loved a good all-rounded gyuto, which is a chef knife, and I will happily not make him that knife. I want to surprise him with a Nakiri, but as always with a twist. Why would I make a Nakiri even though he expressed that he loves a chef knife? Well, I honestly think that the chef knife he has is pretty amazing, so I want to add something else to his collection that's different. This Nakiri is going to be a little taller in height than a typical Nakiri or chef knife. Most general use knives stand around 2 inches tall at the highest point. This one feels kind of like a mini cleaver without the heavy weight. For those wondering, there are many types of platens that could be used to grind bevels. This one is a radius platen. It allows me to grind a little thinner and more evenly before I add some other technical grinds to it. Curled belts are the most frustrating thing to me. Just gonna get a new one. That's fine. I use a bevel scribe to see the center of the edge. It allows me to grind evenly. I then apply a thin coat of anti-scale so that I have an easier time grinding after the steel is quenched. The anti-scale, as straightforward as it sounds, prevents a hard surface from developing after quenching, which considerably can slow down productivity because it's like grinding diamonds. With this steel, it requires an oil quench to capture hardness, but what I like to do is after the dunk, I clamp it to the rapid quench, parallel aluminum bars that prevent warps in the blade and sucks out any remaining heat. At this point, it's looking great, there are no warps. I do a simple wipe down, and then we temper for cycles of 2 hours to slightly lower the hardness. I always polish the spine before adding the final bevels. At this stage, the steel is thick and without an edge, which makes it easier and safer to hold while polishing. If I added the edge first, there'd be a real risk of cutting myself while trying to get a clean finish. Now it's time to set the bevels. Before I hand sand, we're gonna test on this carrot. And the reason why is because I don't wanna spend a lot of time hand sanding, then cutting something and realizing it's not good enough and redo it again. So let's just get straight to it. We're gonna cut through the thickest part. Okay. Yep, that's it. Okay, we can hand sand. I use a mix of hard EDM stones and sandpaper to smooth out all the scratches, which leads me to a clean finish, a better feeling cut, and a proper etch to reveal the steel. That'll do. All right, so I'm doing a little quick wipe down, and it's looking great. It's got a nice polish to it. But now we go on to test cuts. Test cuts, the most important part of making this knife is making sure it functions. We're gonna do a fun cut, and then we're gonna do something that's more practical. We're gonna cut right through this avocado. It is very ripe. We're just gonna see how it turns out. All right, so I got this dummy handle here. We're just gonna cut right through. Let's see. Don't do this at home. Yep, that'll do. The crazy part is that the edge didn't roll or chip. I mean, that's just because it's got good heat treatment. And a good grind. That was for fun. Let's do something practical. Sweet potato. I mean, at this point, if this can cut through this thing, it can cut through anything. And an avocado seed. Let's do this. Cut through here. Oh, beautiful. I'm just gonna cut here to make it more stable. This is cutting great. I mean, that thing is biting into the cutting board. Whoa, I nearly cut my knuckle. Oh gosh. Unlike a chef knife, a Nakiri has more of a flat edge, which requires a different technique. There's less rocking and keeping the knife on the cutting board and more chopping and push-pull cuts. It's a workhorse, it feels great, and I think he's gonna like it too. We cut the avocado seed and the sweet potatoes, and I think we can move forward to the etch. All right, here we go. Crossing my fingers. I'm gonna try etching the Nakiri a little differently. Now I'm just gonna keep this in for a little bit of time, less than I usually do. Here we go. While that's sitting in there, I'm gonna pour some coffee in here. I'm gonna use less coffee and more time in the etch to see if I can get a nicer finish. All right, here we go. Pop this in there. Okay. Swirl it around a little bit. Just different ratios. Let's see if that makes a difference. All right, it has been about 6 hours. We're gonna take a look and see where it's at. Whew, look at that, that's great. And I don't notice a difference. But it still looks really good. You know, it actually does look like it's a little bit cleaner in contrast. I don't know if it was this step, or this step, but it works. Finally, it's all coming together. I use a fiber laser to put my maker's mark. A fiber laser permanently burns away a layer of steel, so it really is a final stage to making a knife. Chef Sheldon has shared in Hawaiian culture that this is one of the most important chapters of his life. So this knife is not just gifting him a tool, it's about honoring him. It's a gift to celebrate who he is as a proud father. And I think many can relate to that. But now we put everything together and let's see how the knife turned out. Beast! I really enjoyed making the handle. It is so simple, but I think it really pairs well with the steel. The stakes are high though. I am pretty nervous, but at this point you should know I'm always feeling anxious about this stuff. While we'll be filming him using this knife for the first time, I really do wonder, will it cut? All right, this is the moment where Chef Sheldon is gonna see the knife for the first time. Let's do it.
Go.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh. Holy.
From when we first talked, I was gonna make a knife curated to your knife skills, but now it's just like this knife that is gifting to you as a father, celebrating your moment right now.
Amazing, back. Thank you, buddy.
You're
oh
welcome.
my God, it's
You're welcome.
freaking gorgeous. Holy shit.
You wanna give it a try?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go. I gotta go show Pops. Dad, check this fucker out. Check this. What the? Look at that. Oh. What the? What the? Max, you've outdone yourself.
Thank you, Chef.
Wow.
I'm happy, man.
Oh my God. All right, Dad, you're gonna have to cut this and make your hair stand up.
What are we cutting? Jello.
Jello.
Jello. We're cutting Jello.
Chef Sheldon brought the Nakiri to the Pahina, and it was awesome to see it in use. And I'm not entirely sure if I'm able to express how wonderful this experience was. It was a rare gift to be around someone whose character runs so deep. Chef Sheldon is a proud father and one of the kindest people I have met thus far in the Majime Chronicles.